You have a car wreck in Florida, and you think to yourself, well, this wasn't my fault. Why should I get my insurance company involved? Guess what? You do not have an option in this, because if you have a wreck in Florida, the first $10,000 of your medical expenses and lost wages by law must come from your insurance company, because you bought, whether you know this or not, when you bought your car insurance in Florida, you bought $10,000 worth of personal injury protection coverage that by law must pay your bills. Your health insurance can't pay it, and nobody else's insurance company is allowed to pay it. Even though they're at fault for the wreck, the other driver's insurance company is not allowed to pay it. That first 10 grand is on you. So then the next question we get is, well, why? Wait a minute. I wasn't at fault for this. You're saying that I have to file this with my insurance company and then my rates go up? Well, you're taking a couple different logical leaps with that statement. So let's break them down. Number one, yes, you do have to file it with your insurance company because that's the way the law is written. But number two, you're assuming that because you file a claim with your insurance company, your rates are going to go up. Let's talk about that logical leap for a second, because it's really not accurate for you to assume those things unless you also consider other factors. This is the one biggest factor. If your rates go up in Florida for your car insurance, it's most likely not because you filed a claim. The number one most influential factor in the algorithm that these insurance companies use, because believe it or not, they are into algorithms, okay? Insurance companies calculate risk and premium based on a number of factors. They put all those factors together in an algorithm. The one biggest and most heavily weighted factor in whether or not they're going to increase your rates is not whether you filed a claim, is not whether you were even at fault for an accident. The one biggest factor is what has happened to your credit rating since the last time they checked it. Now, what's going to happen is when you file a claim, they're going to run your credit report again, because your name is going to come up on their screen as somebody that's seeking money for them. So they're going to think to themselves, oh, this person is asking us for money. That gives us the ability to put their file on the top of the stack and let's see what's going on with their credit rating. Because if your credit rating has gone down, their algorithm is going to tell them that you're at greater risk for having another claim or being at fault for a wreck. So they're going to increase your premiums most likely. If your credit rating has gone up, gotten better, or stayed the same and you file a claim for a wreck that you're not at fault for, the chances are your rates are not going to change very much at all. So the study that was done in the last 5 or 6 years showed that the one biggest factor is credit rating, and if it goes up, your rates are likely not going to change. And they even compared that to people that were at fault for a wreck. And the comparison they did was a person whose credit rating went up but had at least one claim where they were at fault for a wreck, their premium stayed the same. When they compared that to somebody that had a perfect driving record whose credit rating went down, their rates went up. So the one biggest factor after a wreck for you to consider is, how do I keep my credit rating from going down? and that's a challenging thing sometimes, because you now have medical bills that are coming in addition to your other bills, and sometimes you don't know how to handle those. Well, part of the process of hiring a lawyer is we can help you guide you through that process so that your credit rating stays at least the same or better, and you can hopefully avoid the increase in premiums. If you have questions following a car wreck about that or anything else, you can find us on the web at zarzaurlaw.com, or you can call us at 855-HIRE-JOE. Thank you.